Tucker Carlson spoke at Trump's Georgia rally, and he officially graduated from just the weird Republican label to creepy. He has officially graduated, and I'm very proud of him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here joined by Tucker Carlson live. Let's go ahead and get into his speech.
I can't believe I'm here. Oh, yeah. I have never in my life spoken at a political rally. I've covered a million of them for over 30 years, and I've never spoken at one, never thought I would. And I'm so thrilled.
And for 30 years, the world had been blessed with sweet, sweet silence from Tucker Carlson when it came to political rallies. Sadly, our 30 years of peace have come to a screeching, cackling halt.
I'm honored to be here.
We are not honored to be watching you.
I really am. And I am. It's totally without shame and entirely with gratitude I'm standing here. And I can't believe I just spoke after Bobby Kennedy. It's so cool. So here we are.
What the fuck? Yeah, I just spoke in front of Bob Kennedy. It was cool. Chill. Maybe you snorted one too many lines with Eric Trump before joining the stage? I don't know.
At an enormous Donald Trump rally less than 2 weeks before the presidential election, I'm following Bobby Kennedy Jr., and somewhere in a half-empty Union Hall in a cold state is Dick Cheney's creepy little daughter campaigning with Kamala Harris. And I have to say,
considering this title is Daddy Donald Trump Will Give a Spanking, I don't think that Tucker Carlson is seriously in any position whatsoever to label anybody as creepy. As the Bible says, look at the plank in your own eye, Tucker Carlson, before you point out the speck in your brother's eye.
so here's my perspective. I think Donald Trump's going to win, which is amazing. And
I think that Tucker here is getting literally high off of the applause. He just keeps on going with this cackling Joker laugh. And also, I have to really chuckle at the fact that he said, here's my perspective, Trump's gonna win. It's obvious that he's just saying whatever he needs to say to get more applause from a bunch of these inbreds here at the in the audience.
that's why I'm here. I'm not here because he's gonna win. I'm here because I'm so thrilled by what I've watched over the past 9 years. This is the end of a redemption arc. I've really never seen anybody treated like Donald Trump was treated, ever.
Okay, wait, before we get into your big boohoo victim speech, isn't somebody supposed to be redeemed by the end of a redemption arc? Is this the end of Trump's redemption arc? Where's his redemption? He hasn't been redeemed. In fact, he's been found guilty time and time again.
Attack him. I watched this all up close. Defame him. Indict him. Arrest him. Let him get shot in the face.
Let him get shot in the face. First and foremost, can we please stop with this boo-hoo victim mentality? It's actually embarrassing. Trump's been indicted. Oh, boo-hoo. Maybe don't commit crimes, you fucking retard. Listen, there's a classic saying Republicans love, and I will be the first to repeat it. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. It's that fucking simple, Tucker. Then he goes on to say that they let him get shot in the face. I'm sorry, what? Can you guys ever just accept that, like, something terrifying or something dramatic happened with Trump that wasn't some coordinated conspiratorial nonsense? Is it ever possible, like, if Trump is walking down the street and he stubs his toe, is that just a coincidence or was that a ploy by Hillary Clinton?
The phrase triumph of the human spirit has been turned into a cliche by the people who write movie posters, but it doesn't make it any less real. Donald Trump's victory will be a triumph of the human spirit. It will be a triumph of Americans over the machine that seeks to oppress them. It'll be a middle finger wagging in the face of the worst people in the English-speaking world.
They're just fantasizing. They're just daydreaming right now. 5 minutes in, you've been doing nothing but daydreaming. Exactly, chat. This is what happens when you grow up in a house with lead paint. You get Tucker Carlson.
The size of which I never thought I would live to see.
What? That sounded weird out of context.
And it's essential. It is so important that that happens for a couple of reasons, and here's what they are. The first is to dissolve for all time, for the world to see, the primary lie about Donald Trump, which is that only freaks and misfits like him. That's a lie.
No, that's definitely a lie. Not just freaks and misfits, but generally people that are incredibly ignorant and bordering on retarded are the type of people that generally tend to support Trump. So no, you don't have to be a misfit or a freak or anything like that, okay? None of which. But you are definitely, most certainly ignorant if you're voting for Trump. Because most likely you're voting for Trump because you care about certain issues. Abortion, illegal immigration, all of which are not impacted positively by Donald Trump. So you're just voting against your best interests.
And they've been telling that lie since the second he came down that escalator 9 years ago. If you like that, there's something wrong with you. You're the only person you know who likes that. You're a freak. Be ashamed. Do not talk about Donald Trump in public. Don't wear his dangerous little red hat. And if you're in the media...
You can't even worship Trump in public. Don't you dare. If you need to bow down facing towards Mecca when praying to Donald J. Trump every 4 hours, don't be ashamed like the left wants you to be. You do it. Bow down to this false idol. It's so pathetic. You guys are not victims, okay? You're just losers who are ignorant who happen to be voting for Trump. That's all. That's all you got, pal.
It's the kind of lie that they tell relentlessly. They punish anyone who contradicts the lie because it is so preposterous it can only be upheld through force.
You mean like the election fraud? What? I don't want to just engage exclusively here in whataboutism, but for him to say this, not a single credible source ever was able to demonstrate that election fraud took place, or that if it did, there was not enough election fraud to have taken place to have swayed the election. The fact that he's literally acting like it's the left doing this, that is conservatives. Donald Trump will try his hardest to persecute anybody that denies that the election was stolen from him. Yeah, and then stepping away from just whataboutism and being like, well, what about Trump? I don't even see this taking place. What is the lie? Which lie?
And in the last 3 months, we have seen that lie dissolve like the Wicked Witch of the West under a bucket of water. Look around.
Did the Wicked Witch of the West just come out of his ass?
Wicked Witch of the West under a bucket of water. Look around. Is this a room full of freaks and misfits? No, it's not.
Don't answer that, audience. Do not answer that, okay? Believe me, the overwhelming stench of body odor and daddy/mommy issues, it tells enough of the story, okay? Do not answer that question. You're not all misfits and freaks, right? Nah, you're cool, normal, upstanding citizens. Yeah, definitely, definitely what normal non-freaks are constantly saying.
This is a room full of people who love their country enough to obey its laws, who sincerely believe in its founding precepts, who pay their taxes, who go to work.
Who pays their taxes again? Because it's Trump and the Republicans that are consistently giving tax cuts to billionaires, believing that this trickle-down economics crap is somehow going to work, even though it's never worked, and a 50-year study already demonstrated that it was completely ineffective.
The ever-shrinking percentage of Americans who work a 40-hour week, who expect nothing from the system, and who have given their lives for the system.
I'm sorry, you just said paid taxes. If I'm paying into the goddamn system, I better be getting something out. What the fuck is this bullshit? Just give money to your country, love your country, pay taxes, and don't expect any handouts. What about my taxes? What did I pay taxes for?
They're not some weird subculture of MAGA. They're America itself.
The same exact argument could be made for Kamala supporters, right? I mean, Kamala's consistently filling larger stadiums and whatnot. She's consistently garnering larger crowds. Couldn't the same then be said about Kamala Harris? I mean, technically both is true because both groups of people are American citizens and do represent, at least to a degree, their country.
The only people who are denying that are the freaks and the misfits, who it turns out are themselves a tiny, bizarre minority, a cult.
Dude, he actually did it. He actually tried to say that they were the tiny minority.
Who have controlled the rest of us through fear and aggression. And that
controlling all of us through fear and aggression. Not like, say, if you don't vote for me, you're not going to have a country anymore, and it's going to be overrun by illegal immigration. Oh, no, spooky. Really?
Who have controlled the rest of us through fear and aggression. And that has ended. And it has ended thanks to the heroic stand that a couple of individuals have taken, first among them Elon Musk.
When you're so oppressed, when you're such a big victim, that the only time you're being victimized is one time on Twitter when your post got deleted. These guys are a bunch of bitches.
Elon Musk, who single-handedly saved the First Amendment to the Constitution.
Elon Musk is saving free speech. Actually demonstrates what these fucking lunatics really want, and that is speech for me, but not for thee. They want to be able to get up here and say whatever it is that they want to say, however nasty it is that they want to say it, and not face any consequences. But if somebody dares do the same back to them, they want that person banned. And to them, to those conservatives, that is free speech. That's First Amendment.
And then for him to come out, and by the way, just for the record, I've taken not $1 from Elon Musk, okay? It's not a paid advertisement, it's just an observation. And this is heartfelt gratitude. And when you see the richest man on planet Earth stand up there in a t-shirt and start jumping around on stage, he's also one of the biggest federal contractors.
Wait, so let me get this straight. Conservatives clown on Tim Walz for flailing his arms about and looking sort of silly sometimes on stage. But now conservatives are simultaneously loving Elon Musk because he was jumping up and down like a weird simp on stage at a Trump rally.
But not only not ashamed of it, he's jumping around in a t-shirt. I can see his belly button. He's so excited.
Okay, this just went from like weird to just straight up gay. I was going to make a joke that Tucker Carlson seems to be giving Elon Musk like a blowjob on stage right now, but that's not even a joke anymore. This is just what's happening. What the fuck? Dude, I saw Elon Musk's belly button, and as his shirt went up, I even saw a little bit of lint. It flew out. I caught his belly button lint. I am holding in my fingers Elon Musk's belly button lint. That's how big of a deal this guy is.
It has flipped. The story the country tells itself about reality has flipped.
True. There's half the country that's not living in reality. They believe that lizard people are controlling the country, or they believe that the election was stolen, or they buy into a bunch of QAnon nonsense. And then the other half of the country generally tends to accept empirical data, statistics, factual information, studies, etc.
Of the normal people are supporting the Democratic machine. Tim Walz is supporting the Democratic machine. A man you would never allow to babysit your own children. That's the archetype.
What? Where the fuck is this coming from, you fucking weirdo? Yeah, exactly. Who would let Trump babysit their children?
That's the archetype. It's the party of weirdos, of envy.
The dude's a veteran. The dude was a coach. The dude was a teacher. The dude's a hunter. He literally fits like an archetype of American stereotypes and whatnot. And you're calling that guy weird.
Of hate, of resentment, of bitterness, of weakness, of a total lack of creativity. It's a party of conformity. It's a party of the machine, where it doesn't matter who the candidate is because individuals are immaterial. All that matters is the collective. That's the Soviet model. and opposing them is the rest.
Rambled for 11 minutes, drops the communism scare. That's like communism, guys. Ooh.
Slowly waking up to the fact that these people have no moral authority whatsoever. They have no legitimacy in a democracy where the government must rule by the consent of the governed. They have no consent. And the way that they've treated...
What are you fucking talking about? Last I checked, the majority of Americans are in favor of abortion. And it's Republicans constantly standing in the way of that. He sounds like a drunk man rambling. Let's get to the part that we all actually care about. This is when Tucker Carlson escalates from just drunk, weird uncle to creepy uncle that you definitely don't want to babysit your kids.
And those kids are going to wind up in rehab. It's not good for you, and it's not good for them. No. There has to be a point at which dad comes home. Dad comes home.
Maybe you should stop calling Trump dad. To just be talking about the Democrats and how they are the party of weirdos, and then all but 3 minutes later be going on how, well, eventually dad comes home. Ha! It is just absolutely embarrassing.
And he's pissed. Dad is pissed. He's not vengeful. He loves his children. Disobedient as they may be, he loves them. Because they're his children, they live in his house. But he's very disappointed in their behavior. And he's gonna have to let them know. He's gonna have to get to your room right now and think about what you did. And when dad gets home, you know what he says? You've been a bad girl. You've been a bad little girl, and you're getting a vigorous spanking right now.
Please tell me this is AI. Please be AI. Please be AI. Tucker, what in the fucking daddy issues are you talking about? Okay, first and foremost, I'm disturbed. Second of all, Tucker, you put way too much thought into this. You are writing a political fan fiction live.
And no, it's not gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. No, it's not. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it hurts me. And you earned this.
Aha, but it's Tim Walz and the Democrats that are the weird, creepy freaks and the Misfits. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, how many times do you think that Tucker Carlson is just jerking off and saying this exact thing to himself? Oh, Daddy Trump, tell me what a bad girl I've been. Haha, tell me how you're gonna spank me, Daddy. Like, that's literally what he sounds like right now. It is so fucking creepy.
You're getting a vigorous spanking because you've been a bad girl. And it has to be this way. It has to be this way because it's true. And you're only gonna get better when you take responsibility for what you did.
I think that until this point, this is why Tucker Carlson has not spoken at any political rallies. Because clearly this dude accidentally mixed up his own search history with his speech. And now he's just reading it. He's just rolling with it. I think that that's enough of this guy's insane and rambling speech. But you can obviously see how creepy this guy is. He put way, way, way too much thought into that spanking scenario that I'm genuinely concerned. Listen, if you've taken anything at all away from Tucker Carlson's speech, it is this. Never, ever take parenting advice from this fucking maniac. If you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a member today. Members get early access to videos, access to all the stream VODs, and exclusive access to emotes as well. So if you'd like to support the channel, become a member today.